Hello everybody, it's Harris here with the Chelsea Area Chamber of Commerce. Welcome to the Business Spotlight Series, where today we are outdoors at the Michigan Out of Doors Youth Camp, and I am joined by Ashley Carmichael. How are you?
Doing well. How about yourself?
Very well. All right, well, as always, let's get a little bit of background, a little bio. What is this place? How did it become? Why are we here?
Absolutely. So the Michigan Outdoors Youth Camp has been operating since 1946. We've been housed in so many locations over the state. We've been up in the UP, we've been down, but we've been here in Chelsea since 2011.
Okay.
We're at the gorgeous Cedar Lake Outdoor Center, which is in Waterloo Recreation, so it's only about 10 minutes away from town.
Right.
This place is a really amazing part of Michigan history because it was actually built by the Civilian Conservation Corps,
Oh,
and it was completed in the 1940s, and 90% of the buildings on our property are original.
From the 1940s?
From the 1940s.
Oh, wow, that's awesome. That's a lot of upkeep.
It is,
Yeah.
but our campers get to really invest in that history when they come down here, and it's such a pleasure to share it with them.
That's awesome. Yeah, there's a ton of facilities, and we're going to do a walk around later and kind of do a little tour to show people some of the stuff you got. But that's a pretty awesome 1940s, and it was built by who again? I'm sorry.
The Civilian Conservation Corps.
Oh, I've never heard of that.
Yeah, it was a jobs program set up in the 30s during the Depression so that they could
Supply some jobs.
supply some jobs and do some work, mostly in a lot of national parks is where you'll see it, but there
Okay.
were some other smaller local projects.
Well, that's really cool. Yeah, that's awesome that you guys were able to hold on to that history as well.
Yeah,
And then we've got the lodge right behind us here.
Yeah.
Is this the biggest building on the property?
it is, yep.
And you said this is about half classroom, half mess hall type thing?
Yep, so we've got our kitchen and our dining hall that houses about 120 people every summer.
Wow.
And then the other part of our building has a little bit of classroom space so that when we're teaching the kids about all the wonderful nature and wildlife we have here in Michigan, we have a nice, quiet place to do so.
Very cool. And you mentioned that you've also got an art building over here.
We do, yep.
Yep. And then this one was the health building, is it? you
Yep.
said?
So hopefully no campers have to go there, but
Yeah.
it's nice to have.
It's good to have. Yeah, that makes sense. And then there's some cabins as well, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, very cool. How many? You said you can house about 120 campers here at a time?
We can do about 100 campers, and then we typically hire about 20 staff every season.
Oh, okay,
so,
that makes sense.
yep.
Yeah. All right, well then let's jump right in. So what is
Absolutely.
what do the programs look like? How do people sign up? How's
Yes,
that all work?
yeah, for sure. So our goal here is to get kids interested in outdoor recreation, but then to also teach them the conservation science that supports those hobbies.
Okay.
So the example I always use is if you come to our fishing camp, you're going to learn all those technical skills to catch the fish, and you're going to have that super awesome experience. But then you're also going to learn about all the things that went into that fish even being there in the first place. Why
very
you
cool.
find it in that part of the lake and not other parts of the lake. And all of the ecosystem components that support your fish population.
Oh, that's very cool.
Yeah, so it's a pretty unique experience. There aren't a ton of camps like that in the area, and
No.
it's an important niche to fill, I feel like.
How long is usually like a term or however you
Oh,
wanna look
yes.
at it?
We run week-long programming, so our campers are
Okay.
dropped off on Sundays, picked up on Fridays.
Okay.
You can register for camp online at muccamp.org. We have a
Okay.
little online
We'll make
registration.
sure to put that on there too. Yeah.
Absolutely. Go ahead, I'm
Oh,
sorry.
I was just gonna say. So when does that start in the season?
Yeah, so we open our registration typically the first week in February of every year.
Okay.
So we're pretty close to the end of our registration period, but we still have some openings.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And so your slots run from when to when? Like when do campers first show up
Yes,
for the season?
so our first week this year is going to be June 26th through July 1st, and then we run 6 weeks of programming minus the week of 4th of July.
That makes sense.
Yes.
Yeah, that's very cool. So that's a good chunk of time. So how many kids? That ends up being what, like 600, 700? I mean, you said how many campers a year?
We typically see about 400 campers
About
each summer.
400? Yeah,
Yep.
that's awesome. That's such a cool thing. I know someone was telling me that their kids have done hunter safety out here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is another unique part of our camp is that we do have the ability to offer every camper the opportunity to get their hunter safety certification at camp.
Very cool.
Yeah.
We got basketball hoops, everything around here. This is sweet. All right. Well, now you wanted to make sure we mentioned something specific. You guys,
Yes.
like everybody, are looking for help.
We are. We still hiring for some counselor positions, and we do have a range officer position. So if you're a local hunter who would like to give back to some kids in the community, feel free. Check us out. That same website has all that information as
Oh,
well.
that's great. And what does being a counselor here look like?
It's a fun job. It's a hard job, but it's a fun job. You spend most of your day taking kids outside and teaching them about nature and having fun.
That's awesome. Is there a
Yeah.
lot of like that you guys want some pre-knowledge coming into that, right?
I mean, obviously that would be great, but we do offer a whole week of staff training where I take you through everything you need to know to be effective and helpful around camp.
Well, that's awesome. All right, well, great. Well, thanks for talking to me. So, I mean,
Absolutely.
if you're looking for something to do, there's still some registration open for your kids, or if you're a kid watching. And if you're looking for a cool summer job, or you're a local hunter looking to teach some kids some hunter safety, there you go. You got quite a lot of options here at the Michigan Out of Doors Youth Camp, right here on Pierce Road in Chelsea, Michigan, in the Waterloo Rec area,
Yeah.
which I think is one of, I don't know how many people know this, but it's the largest state park in the Lower Peninsula, right here next to Chelsea. I can't get enough of this town. It's great. Well, thank you a bunch. We'll do a quick tour to show everybody, and thanks again, Ashley.
Thanks for coming.
Have a good day.